All right. Hello, beautiful people of the Cellar. What is that? Okay. So I've been chilling or what have you. It's been a minute. I know this was due on yesterday. I babysat and did some things. Okay. And I was like, what am I even going to talk about? This is our last month together. I've been in and out of the cellar. I'm supposed to be sitting in the cellar at this time, but I still have my obligations here with you all. So, what I decided to do was talk to you about the beginning. The beginning was the energy oracle cards, right? The energy oracle cards. This is the spread that I use in the energy oracle cards. And remember, in the beginning, I was not clarifying. I don't believe I was. I don't think I was clarifying because I didn't have to. And this is why. So I'm going to show you how I read cards. Well, one of the it really is, like I told y'all before, a lot of crisscross applesauce. I wait for what is pulled from the cards, right? So basically, this is going to be a 1-2 to do when it comes to just reading. Period, right? So, like I said, I look at the cards and see what I'm drawn to, what um floats off of the cards. That's why I like cards with a lot of stuff going on, not a whole lot, but enough, because there can be one thing that comes up that has a lot of information. It can be a flower, it can be the way somebody is standing, it can be the direction that they're standing in. It can be anything that information you will intuit certain information, right? And we also learn that's another reason why to build confidence in reading for other people, even yourself, because sometimes people feel like they can't read for themselves, right? I've heard that a lot on my journey. A lot of people say that they can't read for themselves because it's too subjective, right? And so one-sided, or they seeing what they want to see or what have you. But I will say, with the initial past, present, future, if you utilize the simple, basic past, present, future spread, simple, you don't have to clarify it or anything. You will learn that the all of the many meanings that one card can have, right? And I know many of you may read yourselves already, and there are a number of people who feel like they don't have to learn the deck that they are using. They don't have to, because they feel like they are so psychic and so intuitive and all those things. Oftentimes, because there are so many decks, um, and they're made in certain types of ways, you have to at least respect the author of the deck, right? When you are beginning to work with them, because you want to get familiar with who created the deck. You want to get familiar with how they are saying to use the deck. And so with the Energy Oracle deck, they said that, this is one of the spreads that was in that deck. They had past, present, future in that one as well, but a lot of the decks do. And sometimes they may call it something else, but it's past, present, future. But this is one of the spreads that was in the Energy Oracle deck that I was really drawn to, and it really helped me to evaluate things further out and in a multitude of ways when it comes to reading for myself and other people. But I had to learn with myself first. So what you see is that there's so much information that can come out of just one card. And I remember, and you really have to find your own way, what gels with you, how you operate, how you read, how you intuit things, the sensations in your body, the different ways that you pick up information. Because if you go by what one person says, it's going to limit you. And we are not about being limited. We are limitless creatures, okay? So please remember that on your journey, all right? So when it comes to reading or even being read for, okay, so someone can read for you, and I was thinking about this earlier as well. Someone can read for you, and they can say one small thing that can carry you a very long way. I still have readings that I've had done for me in the past that still resonate and come up in a way that it makes sense, because there's so many different moving parts to my journey, that one thing that they said can be implemented, or I can be aware of, or whatever it is that the read had to do with. And that also goes with just when our elders tell us something, right? Because a lot of the information that we get when we are younger takes us a very long way, and we begin to see how it plays out in different ways in our lives. So that is very important to remember, that when we are doing readings, when we are reading for people, it can be very expansive. It can be very compartmentalized, compact. I mean, it can be very small, but have a huge impact. All right. So it's not about how much you information you are sharing. It's about how impactful that one thing can possibly be. The other thing that we learn when reading is that when we're reading for someone else, we do not expect for it to make sense to us. Okay, it can be the wildest thing that comes out, and the sitter, which is the person that's sitting and you're reading for, that person will be like, oh my god, right? They know what you mean by that. You don't know. So oftentimes that's also part of building confidence when you are reading for other people, because you have to be confident in, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm gonna give it to you and allow you to do what you will with it. Take it with you. Maybe it'll resonate with you later on. I don't know. It doesn't, everything won't resonate all at one time, because sometimes it's a lot of information. So that's very important to remember. Okay. Let's see here. What else? I guess we'll get into the read now. All right. Because I didn't write down all of the to dos I was going to talk about, because I've been reading so long that it's kind of, a given that the information just comes and flows. So when I start, right? So the one is where it starts, right? And you walk, this is a walk through the road, a number of events that could possibly happen as you walk through the card spread, right? So, okay, boom. But when doing collective readings and you use the road spread, what happens is you will begin to crisscross applesauce. So you can read, you'll be able to read 159 as a story. That's why I could get so many different stories out of a read. It can go so many different ways. And I knew that I was reading for so many people. And it's like people will get what they need from it. It's not meant to tell you your entire life. Okay. And so then we have 357 is a read. All right. 123 is a read. 456 is a read. 789 is a read. 369 is a read. 258 is a read. 369. 147 is a read. 753, 357, 951. You see where I'm going with this. There is so much that you can get out of this one spread, okay? And the new way that I began to read is water and fire. Fire, it has a lot to do with our vitality, our go, all of whatever it means to you, what fire represents in a read. And then water is more of the subconscious, the emotions, maybe it's some debris, some things that need to be worked on, some things that you may not be seeing, and moon energy, right? So it's sun energy and moon energy. And how do we bring into account the energy, the information that is needed from those, right? So that's how you can read the road. Okay. I find it so interesting because over the years, people were antagonizing me, trying to anyway. Because this is my first time ever explaining this, but I just, would people would try to antagonize me and be like, "What does that mean?" And like they don't believe what I'm saying, right? Because I can prove what I'm saying all the time. I mean, come on, but I don't have to. Okay, and so that's what also the I want to encourage you as a reader, as a person, just a person overall. Okay, let's get into it. So even as a reader, let's say as a reader first, okay, because you're not a reader first though, but let's just say as a reader first, and you're reading for people and your confidence is kind of low or what have you. You want to remember that you do have a strong connection. You do know what you are connected to, and you are providing information to help somebody, right? And you trust that the information that you are receiving is true as it can possibly be, because it's kind of hard to determine the outcomes of things if they haven't happened yet, right? You can see that what may happen and all those things, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? Okay, boom. So that also goes into account when trusting your discernment in your everyday life with people, places, and situations, the nouns. You want to be very confident in the information that you are sharing. You want to be very confident in the decisions that you are making based on the information that is around you, which is the road. You are seeing things crisscross, applesauce, up, down, all around. Okay. So that's important as well. I have some Gemini placements that help me with that. You can check us if you have any Gemini placements or any air placements that will really help you with that. Excuse me, and how you can use it as a superpower depending on the placement. Okay, so in your everyday life, you are reading. Okay, in your everyday life, you are receiving information and trusting the information that you receive in your readings. And when you are helping other people, you want to make sure that you are reading and helping people from a good space. You don't want to be in a, I'm telling you, you don't want to be in a space where you are reading for people just for the money. You are reading for people just for the accolades. You are reading for people because you feel like you're smarter than them, or you know something that they don't know. You want to really check your ego and do the work that is necessary along your journey to check your ego so that you won't be out here being unethical like a lot of people are. Don't get me started. So let's do this. Move into our goddess oracle deck here and see what we have. And it is so funny that, um, when people try to, when you begin to read like this or see life like this or what have you, it's really a superpower, okay? Because oftentimes people will try to use the way that you see things against you because you're unique. And that's why a lot of people like us, if you were anywhere, if you it can relate to what I'm talking about. A lot of people like us are shunned upon and looked down upon because oftentimes people don't want you. Number one, they don't want you being able to see all moving parts like that. Like it's uncomfortable, right? And also, it makes it hard for people to get over on you because you see like that. And that's why it's so funny to me with these things that they just like they showed up here today in the comments on YouTube about something that I was thinking about the other day about, and it had to do with something like this, right? And so they tried to show up and pull a trigger. You can't pull a trigger. Okay. Number one, bitch, you gotta have a gun. You don't have a gun. And so these people don't understand that, bitch, you don't have a gun. Okay, because I'm seeing all of how you are moving. You already revealed your hand to me. So you want to try something new. Teach me something new. Okay, because you are strengthening me as you continue to fuck with me. So be mindful of that as well. You will become strengthened, and you also will um you won't put up with a lot of bullshit. The things that you used to put up with, you will not be putting up with no more bullshit because you're going to see it and it's going to be so evident that this is what is happening. And it's like, even if people try, and I want to encourage you as well, because sometimes people will try to, and it be minions, they will try to have you put you in a space where you begin to question yourself. They will try to put you in a space where your self-esteem is lowered. They will try to put you in a space where you are not as um, advanced, tell you that you're not as advanced or innovative as you are. We are creatrixes. We come here to create. So we can't look left or right when it comes to that. People are either down for you or they are not. Okay. Any signs of betrayal, any signs of immoral behavior, any signs of bullshit, whatever you want to call it, wipe it out, because what you don't want it to do is leech onto you and take you down with it. Okay, because they do try to hook, we call them hooks in Reiki, hook into your energy, hook into your mind, hook into your emotions, hook into your life force, your vital force, your solar, your sacral, your root, however you want to look at it. They try to hook into you, and there's many different ways that can come up and how that can be viewed when you are just living your life here in this Western world. Most of you are in the Western world, which makes it harder. If we had a more relaxed lifestyle, if we were, could live the way that a lot of you really do, it's in you to live that way. It's in you to live that way. And you can be encouraged. You can live in the way of the Easterners, right? That's why a lot of Westerners go out. I know my Sarah from Blueprint teacher was she stays going to other to foreign lands because it's more connected to her on those other levels. These people have got really loud when I'm talking about this. Okay, so let's stay focused. I think they did that in the cancer read. I think that was the only read that they did that in. They just are Scorpio. It was somebody watery. They just got really, really like heavy. The energy the interference, right? Trying to interfere with because that's what it looks like to me, right? And again, like I told y'all on that live we did the other day, these people use ley lines. So that's why a lot of times y'all be like, everybody is not out to get you. They don't even know that they got what they got going on. But the way that they use ley lines can be manipulative. So like they could easily be manipulating these people upstairs. Like seriously. Easy. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Put something on them to really move in a way to try to get on my nerve. Okay. I'm Eastern. Okay. I live in the desert, if you ask me. Okay. I float on a mountain most of the time. Okay. And that's why they try to interfere so much, because I really am on a mountain floating. I really am. I do really do pull myself out of the Western world, um, because the way that I used to do it was going to sleep a lot. But now I had to learn how to function, be fully functional in this world, in this Western world, with an Eastern mindset. So I encourage you to do that as well. The quicker the better, because it will make your life so much easier. You won't feel like you missed out on nothing. You won't feel like you're in a hurry for anything. You won't feel like um you shouldn't have did that, or you should have did that, or what have you. Make peace with everything and just do it, okay? Or not. Okay? That could easily, like, really quick. Even when what they would do, there's a number of things that they set off. Okay, it's like setting off a domino effect of a number of things that are supposed to happen, to put you in some type of turmoil, right? And so what I learned was, how it starts and then how it unravels, and that's one of the things that comes in to unravel. But before that person would start acting up upstairs, what would happen is, number one, I would have a lot of things to do, and number two, they would try to turn me around. And so with them trying to turn me around, like, really listen to me, okay? With them trying to turn me around, what happened was they would try and get me to make some hiccups, some mistakes. um, they would try to get me into confusion, and then I would get these extreme headaches, right? So when they are upstairs and just just walking like Bigfoot out of nowhere, okay, it always would be when I'm doing something, okay. I pay attention. You got to pay attention too. And so what would happen is that I get this headache, and then they get the walking around, and it would seem like they were walking in my head. That's how heavy the walking was, and the headache. So once you learn all of that, so what I do is just go and take care of what I need to get back here, to come back here, right? Um, and to go back out to the east, okay? Because living here in the Western world is not healthy for people like us, but we are learning, and that's the main thing that I came here to help teach, is to help for you to understand how to live an Eastern lifestyle in a Western world. It's really very simple, okay? Should put on me a little makeup or something. Y'all know I got that mystic eye. My mystic eye is one of my eyes is bigger than the other ones. Okay, what do you have here for? That's why I just, I pray that you all begin to learn how to stay calm in your storms. Okay, they will pass. You don't know how long it will be or what have you, but go ahead and start living outside the storm in the moment. Okay, it's very important. What information do you have here for the people of the cellar? Well, for us, let's say us. All right, read it. All right. So it says Madonna of Roses. Very cute. I would love to have a headpiece like that. I would like really wear that, okay? It's a number 43, okay, which is a seven. Things are about to end. Get stable and move into this space where you are balanced mind, body, and spirit, and being able to collaborate and work with the universe, with the divine, as well as other people, so that you can end some things, which has a lot to do with me ending this Patreon, like for real. All right, because this has been a very, like, July is shooting through, but it's been a very long month, like for real. It feels very long. So much has gone on, so many intricate details that needed to be paid attention to. So many things had to be flushed out, not only my system or your system, but as well as in our lives. Things had to go. So the Madonna of Roses says there's a way to be fierce that doesn't betray the kindness of your heart. When you know that to enable someone to behave badly towards you doesn't help them or you, you don't need to subject yourself to unnecessary guilt for taking care of yourself, or fear that you aren't being compassionate. You are teaching yourself and others the truth that love is based in respect, and that trying to take what doesn't belong to you through any form of aggression or manipulation, seduction, or persuasion is neither loving nor respectful. Thorns are sharp because they need to be. They don't diminish the beauty of the rose, they protect it. Thorns protect you. Write down your thorns. Your thorns are your laws that govern you. And oftentimes, what I've learned, what the laws that govern me, if it's a boundary, it's a boundary. And if a person is doesn't want to, uphold that boundary and respect that boundary, then that person needs to not be around that boundary. Get as far away from that boundary as you can. The sacred ritual says to say this prayer aloud. The Madonna of Roses blesses me with the wisdom to share myself with those that truly love me. Yes, yes. I forgive those that tried to use me. And I forgive myself for allowing myself to be used. Now it is time to start anew with strong thorns of protection. My rose soul blooms for all to behold. Mm, thank you, God. Now, um, another thing, it is so important with what they said about the Madonna of Roses. Um, Let love in, allow yourself to be loved and respected, and respect others and love others. But don't play a fool for no goddamn body. They say that in the cards, okay? Don't play a fool for no goddamn body. It's very important, all right? Because oftentimes you will realize in this life, there are people that are meant to be in your life, and there are people who are not meant to be in your life, and that is fine. Stop holding on to people and situations and things that, they don't have no growth in them. Ain't no growth in them. They can't produce anything. They don't have anything to show for the what it is that they, what is that called? That's kind of like having something to show for the love and compassion and the growth that you have done here in this lifetime has a lot to do with um check the fruit, right? The fruit that a person bears, right? Check that, right? I'm gonna keep moving and grooving. I don't have a choice. Okay, I've been through too much to give up. Okay, and I know you have as well. So I also want to encourage you on that as well. That there's no reason for you to give up. There's no what is a good reason for you to like really just say fuck everything and just I'm just going to exist. Like why? Why would you waste your power like that? Why would you hand your power over like that? Hmm? Why would you hand your power over like that? I love this lip gloss. Okay. Julie introduced me to the lip gloss, but I went and got the little small ones because that shit is like 50, $60 or something like that for one, what you call it. Okay. But it does last longer than that lip gel I used to use all the time. That was my favorite lip gel. I remember I was supposed to come out with a lip gel, and then so I got kept getting turned around before I knew that I was being turned around. You see? Yeah. You won't have all of the answers, but you will get them when you are supposed to. You won't know all of the things, but you will know them when you are supposed to. You won't be able to go all of the places, but you will go when you're supposed to. Mm, mm, mm. All right. Look, it's only Saturday, and I'm thinking about, damn, I got another 12 reads to do. Oh man, them reads was tearing my ass up, man. For real. I'm supposed to be resting and in my cave, man. Them reads was tearing my ass up. Do you hear me? Ciao. Make sure that y'all share the videos on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to the newsletter for any updates after we shut this. I probably can still update this. I haven't looked into it, but I have to this week to see how I'm shutting the billing down. But I'm going to see. I'm not going to close this space completely down. Not as of yet, if at all. I don't know, because I don't. I already have my academy and my website going on. Like it's a lot. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Like, please, okay. I think that's the old way. We're looking into new ways. But I really would like to encourage all of you to continue to move forward, continue to keep your connection, make sure that you know that you are connected, find the different ways that you know that you are connected, listen for the voice, and make sure that the voice is something that is of a higher source and then not. Okay, work on yourself so that you can connect easier and more effortlessly to um those divine and superior energies instead of all the low hanging fruit and that kind of shit. I do understand that some people um don't mind always talking to low hanging fruit, okay, but Got to remember, if you what you talk to will keep hanging around you, and it's the same thing as here. Another thing that I wanted to discuss, I guess I'll go ahead and discuss it now because I won't be able to say, "Oh, I'll discuss it next time." Um, I had a cousin of mine. I had a cousin of mine who has been coming up a lot lately. She passed when she was 29. She was my younger cousin. She was my baby cousin, but she was like my little big cousin because she experienced life. She lived her life. Okay. And I was reminded of her and all of the fun that we had, and the stuff I learned from her. I learned more stuff from her than she learned from me because she was so advanced. She just, was one of those, what they call them, fast kids, but not, well, she was fast in the sense of what, most people say fast is, like dealing with men early, but she was fast mentally. She knew a lot. She was well versed at a lot of things, and she was just, she was that girl. So I was thinking about her the other day and about how she would be in this social media era. She would literally be, she would have been an influence on a whole other level too. She would have been a Instagram girl, a hood Instagram girl, and she already had a huge following. Cause you couldn't go nowhere and nobody didn't know her. Like she reached far and beyond. People just knew her because she was really a people person, and she really was a street person. But she also had a really, really good heart. And so she came up, and it reminded me of I was gonna date this guy, and he checked all of the boxes as far as I could see, as far as I could see. And uh, one night, cause we had been dating. We weren't like fucking around. Sometimes people get dating and fucking around confused. We weren't fucking around, but we were dating, and she came to me, and she was sitting on the couch, on the edge of a couch in some apartments that we lived in a long time ago, and she was so cute in her outfit because oftentimes they come to you from in a space of where they were most happy in their life. And I was thinking about that last night too. I was like, she showed herself at that time. This was many, many moons ago when this happened. But I was thinking about her, and I was like, she showed herself when she was on top of her shit and feeling herself and looking good and feeling good, and she was having it her way, okay, her way or no way. And she sat on the couch while I was dating this guy, and she sat on the couch, of course in a dream, y'all, whatever. And she looked at me and she said, cousin, because we called each other cousin, like me and my sister called each other sister. And my cousin called each other cousin, right, because we real country. And we do have a retrograde coming up, so. And she sat on the couch and looked at me, and she said, cousin, I get all the men. I was like, shit. This had to be about 2012, something like that. She said, cousin, I get all the men. I was like, fuck, I had to leave him alone. I left his ass alone. Anybody else been like, girl, that was just a dream. Shit, got me fucked up. Because the thing about it is, the men that she dealt with were fast men. The men that she dealt with were whoremongers because she was a whoremonger and she stood on that. So it's no big deal. But she said, I get all of me. And I woke up like, I was happy to see her, but I was like, fuck, because she never led me wrong. Um, she never tried to get me to do some of the stuff that she was doing. She used to always be protective and be like, this ain't for you, cuz. You can't do that, cuz you can't go and all that, right? Because she was a little bit cousin. She was out there and I was green, right? And she tried to protect me as much as she could. And so the thing about her saying that was that my cousin died from full blown AIDS, and she had some of the best of the best. She dealt with some of the best of the best when it comes to what y'all call high value men. When it comes to what y'all call um, top notch men, men's men, uh, super providers, super go-getters, come go get it, come back with it types. And that's why when she said that, I was like, because she hadn't really shown herself since she had passed because she was in a void. She still really hadn't made peace. She didn't even make peace before she passed, really. But I think that now she's moving more into coming out of purgatory more. But it was hard for her because of the things that she went through. And I tried to record her story. And when I went to um, be with her to record her story, she was all cute and stuff. I left the charger to the camcorder at home. The camcorder battery was dead. So I didn't get to let her tell her own story. And that's another thing that I encourage you all to do is tell your own story. I don't give a fuck about other people trying to tell your story. You lived your life. You know your story better than anybody. That's why I can't go into all the details of her life. And I wouldn't even try to because it may be a little too complex because she had fun. And she, up to a certain point, it looked like maybe possibly she didn't give a fuck. Okay. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, just thought I'd share that tidbit with you because that did come up as well last night. Because I really do, I am one of those people that prepare for a long day of something, right? So today was a long day of babysitting, bitch. And that baby took me up and through there. Do you hear me? Okay, toward the end point. I was like, baby, I ain't keeping this baby no more. She told me, yes, you is. No, I'm not. The baby started laughing at me like, oh, yes, you are, baby. You know I'm not. Not gonna go through this. Okay? I like my peace. I like to be in my zone and my space. I got stuff that, I gotta ruminate about and those types of things. My nothingness is a lot of something. Okay. All right. So I love y'all. I hope that y'all have an awesome and amazing week. I will see y'all on YouTube Live next week as well, either Monday or Tuesday. It depends on how I'm feeling about dropping these interviews. Interviews turn my ass up this the last week. Thank you. Goodness. Ciao. All right, so I appreciate you all staying with me so long, and some of you have been in here the entire 3 years. Some of you were even in the master study for some time. It's been just a lot, man. We have really been through some shit because I know that I go through my shit, and by me even being able to communicate with you all, it helps you through your shit. Because I don't mind what I have going on and being able to still help because that helps me to make it push myself through what I got going on and still do what I came here to do. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you so much. And please don't let nobody trick you into giving up. Hello. All right. Bye.